Hello, my name is Kim Sung-woo. Today I would like to talk about France's efforts to combat anorexia. Many people admire thin and beautiful models. However, some of these fashion models suffer from a serious problem called anorexia. People with anorexia constantly worry about their weight. It can cause serious health problems and sometimes even death. Among the many nations facing this issue, France taking action to limit the spread of this condition. In France, 3,000 to 40,000 people suffer from anorexia, and about 19% of them are the teenagers. Much of this is due to the unrealistic standard of beauty set by extremely thin models. So government of France recently made it illegal for model agency to hire super skinny models. According to new law, model must meet a healthy minimum weight from their height. If an agency hires extremely thin models, it will be 75,000 euro in fines. Soon, it will be rare to see extremely thin model in France. Having healthier model may help teenagers be more realistic about what a beautiful body looks like. Hopefully, this will help teenagers be more confident in their appearance and help prevent anorexia. Thank you for listening.
Hello, my name is Patrick. Being a good child isn't easy. You may have experienced coming home with unnecessary things and then regretting by them. Don't praying in a level of self-control. The store owner uses a variety of methods to catch your eyes and encourage impulse purchase. One method used to increase sale is merchandise placement. A product will sell better if it is at the eye level of the target customer. For instance, if it is cereal, cheaper cereal are placed at anchor level. Experience name brand cereal are placed at eye level for customer to see them once. Meanwhile, surgery cereal are placed over them children eye level, so they will break their parent to buy them. The line next to cashier is the most dangerous area. However, as customers are waiting online, a variety of candies and magazines are there to attract the attention. A lot of people regret buying them these products afterward. How can we avoid being a victim of this marketing strategy? Make a list of things to buy and stick to it. Thank you for listening to speech.
Hello, my name is Hocheun. The topic I would like to introduce is a unique funeral culture. How much do you know about funeral culture? We will talk about funeral culture in America, Korea, and Indonesia. Every culture has its own unique custom, particularly about what to do when someone dies. Many of these customs might seem strange to foreigners, but there is often a good reason for them. During the 1800s in America, there were stories of people being buried alive by mistake. Because of this, many coffins were equipped with bells. If the person buried was alive, they could let people know by ringing the bell. Due to decreasing land space in South Korea, cremation is becoming more popular. Recently, some companies have begun to turn the ashes of the dead into colorful beads. Then they give the beads to the family to keep at home. In Indonesia, as a result of high funeral costs, the dead continue to stay with the family, possibly for years. They are fed and cared for as a similar gesture. During this time, the family saves money for the funeral. These customs may seem unusual to those who have never seen them, but they remain important. Such unique customs are part of what makes a unique culture interesting. Thank you for listening.
Hello, I'm Sinjihu. I will start my presentation now. What I'm going to present is the explosion of the sun's surface. Imagine a fire column of 100 million degrees Celsius, tens of times the size of the Earth. The fire above my head now has the energy of hundreds of millions of nuclear bombs. This energy is sometimes 10 billion times greater than the energy released from volcanic eruption. These sparks are called solar flares and occur several times a week. Scientists found that flares occur when high energy particles from the sun are caught in the sun's magnetic field. When a sufficient amount of particles is trapped, the particles produce energy that the magnetic field cannot stop. Then the energy is far away from the sun and launched into space like the breath of a burning dragon. Thankfully, solar flares don't cause us problems because they are too far away. The largest flares can interfere with radio signals, but overall then they have little impact on Earth's life. It is said that if there is no explosion of the sun's surface, pressure builds up all over the sun and eventually the sun explodes. Solar flares continue to be a powerful force of nature, and we are just beginning to understand them. If you're starting to understand it, what can you study with it? Bye, thank you.
Hello, my name is Yusunga. Have you ever experienced someone treating you in a special way because you were related to them? If this happened in police or business, it is known as nepotism. The word nepotism comes from the Latin word nepos, which means nephew. In the Middle Ages, not many Catholic popes and bishops had children of their own. Instead, they often gave their nephews special treatment if they were their own son. However, in the modern world, nepotism doesn't just apply to nephews. Nepotism occurs when someone gets a job or gets promoted because he or she is related to the person in charge. Nepotism can be very upsetting for other people because they feel it is unfair. People may think that their options are limited, other than receiving better treatment because of relatives. Do you think this practice should continue? I read this and realized that when someone treats you special, When this happens in police or business, it calls kinship as well, would seem unfair. Thank you for listening.
Good evening, my name is Eileen. Do you like to write? There are many ways to make your writing and speech more interesting. You can use like or as to express that two things are similar, and it can further improve your writing. Today, I'm going to talk about similes. People use similes to express complex emotion. For example, if you are extremely thirsty, you could say, "My throat is as dry as a bone." In this way, similes can make reading more entertaining for readers. To give another example, if you slept very well and didn't wake up even once, you could say, "I slept like a log." For this reason, many writers and poets use similes to help readers create image of what's on the page. Similes serve another purpose as well. They can help people better understand your ideas. They can also make your writing funnier and interesting. Try using similes in speech or writing. It will make you like an expert. Thanks for listening.
Hello, my name is Junson. Usually we think that we are beautiful only when we are skinny, and this don't lead to a commitment to lose weight. But certain people are obsessed with their weight and lose weight in an extreme way. This phenomenon is called anorexia. Anorexia is one of the eating disorders that can't control food, and it's a disorder that refuses to eat because of a strong fear of gaining weight. Anorexia seriously weakens both mind and body, and can cause irreversible harm to health due to weakened immunity, to malnutrition, as well as digestive organs. Among those who die of anorexia, there are quite a few causes where heart attack is a causes of death, not suicide. If you suffer from a constant lack of calories, your body will use more and more muscles. As a result, the organs of heart begin to be functional. The heart is an organ that has to be continuously until death, and if the muscle is taken away, it has to build with less and less muscle, and the stress and burden increases. That's why I often die of a heart attack. However, since anorexia is a mental illness, proper medication along with cognitive behavioral therapy and psychotherapy can be improved. So far, it's been an explanation of anorexia, and we've learned how to overcome it. Of course, it's important to treat anorexia, but most importantly, we should not have the wrong beauty standards. It is more significant to find my strengths without comparing my appearance with others. Thank you for listening.
Good evening, my name is Amy. Today I would like to talk about radioactive waste. Radioactive waste is deadly to humans and animals. If people have too much exposure to radioactive, they can get cancer or even die. Where should we throw away the radioactive waste? The first way is to throw away radioactive waste to the sun, but the method has a big problem. The amount of garbage that can be thrown into the sun is small, because it costs a lot of money. We should make a type 1 civilization around the clockwork. Clockwork is an orbit that can be orbit at the same speed as the Earth's rotation. Let's connect the clockwork and the space elevator, or send it to the sun from the clockwork. Then the problem of radioactive waste will be separated. But it is an impossible method because it takes too long to become a carbon civilization. The second way, scientists have suggested various radioactive worlds in the ice caps of Antarctica. However, if the ice caps melt, these worlds couldn't become a problem. Because of issues like this, scientists have been unable to agree on the solution. I think that we should briefly consider about a solution for this problem because we can honor both our safety and cost as well. Thank you for listening to my speech.
Hello, my name is Im Tae-young. Do you know what homeschooling is? Homeschooling is the education of school-aged children at home or a variety of places other than a school. There are several positive effects of homeschooling. First, private teachers or parents can provide proper lessons for the student. Also, homeschooling also gives parents more control over the materials. Lastly, with homeschooling, students have the options to finish school earlier and begin pursuing their dreams. On the other hand, people agree with negative effects of homeschooling. School is not only a place for studying textbooks. It is also a place for children to learn cooperation, social skills, leadership, and many other necessary skills. There may be a lack of interaction with peer groups. So, sociality, though intra-group exchanges may be insufficient. Homeschooling parents are less professional than experts who are professionally educated. Today, I talk about homeschooling. Both sides of the argument are interesting, and I understand the both sides. Thank you for listening my speech.
Hello, my name is 정가연. Do video games are good or bad? Ask any parents, and most of them will say that they are bad. Parents often make their children stop playing. They think playing video games takes away their children's time to read, play sports, or study. Also, some parents worry that violence in video games may have a negative influence on their children. However, research suggests that video games may have benefits for children's development. Studies have found that playing strategy games improve children's problem-solving skills and grades. Video games can be a powerful tool to help children improve their ability to think and solve problems. Furthermore, games can help children to relieve stress and relax. While video games may be helpful, parents should keep their children from spending too much time playing them. Game addiction can cause children not only to manage their time poorly, but also to lose focus on more important things in their lives. However, when they are used correctly, games can be powerful too. I also think video games can be used as a good tool, but most video games create scary and tense situations like killing someone or being chased by someone. Therefore, there is no thrill in the reality where the game is turned off. So people turn on the game again because they are bored. That's why most children get addicted to games. Most games are like hunting, room escape, and fighting rather than games that improve problem-solving skills and such as Sudoku, puzzles, and matching. So they are addicted to games rather than being used as good tools for children. Thank you for listening.
Hello, my name is Tokyubi. When you think about your job, what do you think of? Most people think about positions like teachers, lawyers, doctors, or athletes, theater. However, some very unique and interesting jobs for you. Today, I will talk about the jobs. If you like spending time on social media, you might want to be a first Facebooker. There, people create first Facebook accounts and sell their service to companies willing to pay. Their service may include writing posts, liking on companies' Facebook page or increasing someone's number of Facebook friends. Another example is white hackers. Companies hire white hackers to test their computer security systems. The hackers try to break into the system. Then they make recommendations to the company about how to increase its security to prevent real hackers from breaking into its system. Today we learned about special jobs, first Facebook and white hackers. What do you think of the job as a white hacker? If you are searching for a job, remember thinking outside the box. Thank you for listening.
Hello, my name is Cheshion. I'm going to explain the size of the solar system today. Before we get down to the point, it seems impossible for us to travel to the solar system because it is remarkably large. Our solar system consists of everything circling around our sun. The distance from the sun to Earth is 149 million kilometers. It takes about 8 seconds a minute for light to reach Earth. This distance could fit every planet and object such as moons, asteroids, and comets in the solar system. While the distance is tremendous, the distance from the Sun to Neptune is greater, 4.85 billion kilometers. It takes about 4.5 hours for light to reach Neptune from the Sun. This adds up to a massive diameter of 9.7 billion kilometers across our solar system. Today we learned about the size of the solar system. What we will remember is that the solar system is precisely large. Traveling across it seems impossible. Hopefully, as space travel continues to develop, covering such vast distance will become a reality. Thank you.